Hi, my name's Max and I'm going to try to quickly show you what frozen shoulder is like for me to have. Both sides, I'm bilateral, so that means both my shoulders are affected by frozen shoulder. The right side started April 2019 and my left side started September 2019. This side has been through the worst and I think it's probably in the frozen stage, whereas this side I believe is still in the freezing stage, which is the first part of frozen shoulder. You go through the freezing stage is where you experience a lot of pain and start losing movement. Frozen stage where it's not as painful, and then as you thaw you begin to regain your movement, and people say that it can be painful as well. So yeah, when this side froze I couldn't put deodorant on, I had no movement whatsoever, but like I said, it has improved somewhat. So in this arm I can push my hand up here before, probably about here before I experience pain, and I can push it up there, which as it goes higher gains pain. On the side, that's as far out as I can get, that's uncomfortable. And if I wanted to put my hand on my hip, it's not going to happen. And if I wanted to touch my back, if I had a scratchy back, or wanted to put my bra on, as you can see, that's hurting. It's not going to happen. So my left side is the one that's caused me the most problems and lots of sleepless nights at the moment, just pain. I feel miserable, I feel tired. The pain on both shoulders centres probably here, as it is with that one. This one has always centred round here, whereas with this one I've got the pain here, but quite often I have just tingling all down my arm and it just hurts, it's just horrible. Movement on my left side goes to about there and that hurts. I can feel that pulling along here, and if I wanted to go outwards, about there, and that's really uncomfortable there. Again, I can't put my hand on my hip if I wanted. That's if I was standing with my hands on my hips, what it would look like. I can't get my elbows out anymore, and again trying to touch my back doesn't happen. So as you can imagine, there's lots of things that are difficult for me. Getting dressed, I can't put a bra on. Even some people say, like with the front fastening, if they're tugging around, it hurts. It can have me in tears. There's some really nasty pains you get with quick movements. On a Facebook site that I belong to, they call them singers. And when you get one of them, you're down on the floor in tears, crying. I think someone said they're like contractions. I would agree with that. Pain comes, it raises it in intensity, you're just there crying, and then just slowly goes. So maybe in a minute of being in tears, trying not to swear and just gritting your teeth, and then a minute later that's gone, although there's an ache and horribleness left, and your arm's probably fragile. But yeah, it's very strange how it happens. Yeah, so because my movement in arms is not good, yeah, I've ended up with bingo wings. I did have bingo wings before, but the muscle has completely gone, which means that lifting things, anything that's weighting bare, if I'm holding something bearing the weight, that reduces my range of movement really much. So sometimes, like if I wanted to pass something, I can't stretch my arm out with that. So yeah, as a teaching assistant, you know, when you're carrying things or trying to pass things to children or other teachers, it feels really unhelpful. So like in the kitchen, when you're trying to put things up into shelves or push them down, because you can't take much weight, it's just means that there's not much you can do. So cooking is difficult. Just simple things like cooking pans of water, you know, having to use both hands and just carefully try to lift, you know, if you wanted to drain something. Again, that weight, yeah, it's really tricky. A couple of times I've been draining stuff and it's just all landed in the sink in a lump, and it's like, well, waste of food, waste of time. Yeah, so yeah, that's just one or two problems with frozen shoulder. So yeah, I mentioned getting dressed was hard. So it's not just putting a bra on because of the back, it's the whole shebang. This t-shirt's loose, it's stretchy, that comes on and off, not too bad. But when it comes to jumpers, even though they're big, they've got more weight about them, so they hurt. It's a bit of an act. So yeah, hoodie. What I find best to do is get my arms in there first, and then it's trying to get it over the head. Oh. And that causes a lot of discomfort along there. But because it's loose, it's falling down. Some of them are slightly tighter jumpers. Not that they're tight to put on, but they are more close fitting. You can't put your jumper down your back, so it ends up rolled. You need help with that. And taking them off, well, that's really tricky sometimes. Again, this is a loose jumper, so it's one I can manage on my own, but it involves the same technique of bending down, pulling it over your head first and just trying to wiggle out. Right. So I'm pulling my arms out. Oh. I think I've pulled my t-shirt half off as well. Yeah, joys of frozen shoulder. And then the hair, well, that's a joke. Washing your hair in the shower, trying to dry your hair. I think the hard thing about drying your hair is, yeah, people think, yeah, you can do this, but it's the weight of the hairdryer. So once you've done that for a while with the weight of a hairdryer in your hand, it kills. Same with hair straighteners and getting round to the back. It's tricky. Yeah, I've got one or two burns, you know, from trying to do that myself. And also, if you burn yourself with frozen shoulder, your reaction is obviously to pull away quick, which results in horrendous, hideous pain in your shoulder, to to what I referred to earlier, singers, where you just go on the floor and you cry, and you're crying because your shoulder hurts. You've got all about the pain, the burn that you've just got, whether it's from the oven or from touching something hot. You just get caught up in the pain from your shoulders. I'm hoping to do 1 or 2 more videos on frozen shoulder, looking at the complications of even just doing your shopping, getting in and out of a car, putting your seatbelt on, pulling the boot down. At the moment I haven't found many aids to help me with things like that. So yeah, it's a learning journey. But thank you for watching.